All right, what's going on, everybody? Today we are in a little, I call it a little cove area. I've fished here before and caught a couple of bluegill, but since I've done that, and I would say that was probably back in August, maybe even September, I've had no luck here. I've even tried to go over in that area there and fish back in this area, so I didn't get snagged so many times. Still not one bite. But this just looks like an area where there'd be fish. You know, looks like an area where fish would come to in the afternoon after a day of being fishy. Just I'd ever come here and just, chill in the afternoon. But I hadn't really been able to find him here. So we're gonna stay here a good 10 minutes and see if we can get something without getting snagged. And then we're gonna move along. Thanks for hanging out with me today. We're going without the bobber, of course. And we'll let it sit out there a while and see if we can get some action. We got action. Feels like a catfish. It is. This is the usual size we get in this river. Let's see if we can get him off of there and get him back on his way. Wow, he made everything move up here, bro. I don't want to get stuck. All right. All right, guys. Here we go. First fish of the day. All right, we're gonna let it go. I know most people are saying, Coach, you're fishing on the bottom in this river. You should expect to catch nothing but catfish. And you're right, for the most part. I don't know, I'm just not feeling the bobber these days, or the float, so I don't use it. But I have caught some bluegill fishing on the bottom, so maybe one day we'll get a monster bluegill. I don't really think there are any in here, right? Not the monsters, not the shell crackers. This may be a little brim or a bluegill. Yeah. Catfish spin, bluegill, they fight a bit, but then you'll get them because they're so aerodynamic. They'll sort of slice through the water, so you can basically tell what you got right before you get it. All right, just a little bitty sunny, all right, and that is our second fish, so we're gonna get on out of here. Let's let him go. Get on out of here. Coach, you're catching a couple right there. Why are you moving? You know, I just want to hit different spots today. So, once again, thank you guys for hanging out with me. And if you hadn't hit that like button, do me a favor. You know, hit that like button. Hit the like button because we caught a couple of fish. They weren't huge, but they're fish anyway. You know what I'm saying? Hang on, guys. Yeah. All right. Last time we took a long trip to a spot I'd never been to. I'm not going back there, but I did stop short of the bridge and I got a couple of bites, but it got so dark and I lost so much light I just decided to quit right there. So we're gonna go right back there to that spot, which is not far from here, and we're gonna see if we can get anything out of there. And the woods are really filling in now, man. These leaves are growing everywhere. Nice shade. All right, here's our spot right here. Heck, should I? You know what? I'm gonna go down further, guys. Yeah, we're gonna go down further. See if anybody is in, we're gonna call it a rock spot. You know, they say there was a incident in this area. Was it 1782, I think it was? Some Revolutionary War. Some Revolutionary War figure had some kind of incident. There was some kind of incident at what they call Faith Rock. Now, I don't know exactly where Faith Rock is. I know that my young students, when I used to teach at Franklinville, they would say some kind of Revolutionary War, I guess you'd call him a hero, rode his horse down Faith Rock. Now, what else he did, I don't know. But it's obvious that his parents or grandparents, their parents or grandparents, let them know that that was some kind of important situation or important, what do you call it, events. Some important event that happened. All right, guys, let's see. I usually get on that rock right there and fish back this way. You know what? I'm gonna stay right here today. And anybody that comes through, I guess they can go that way. They want to get on that rock there. Okay, that's what we're gonna do. Put you guys right there. Right there. I think you can see just about everything. Yep. I don't know if this is a brim or a catfish. Something's on it. Could be a turtle. Hope it ain't. Some kind of fish. Alright. It's a catfish. Didn't really start fighting till I reeled in a bit. Let's see, buddy. Calm down. Let's see how bad we got you. Alright, fight it out, fight it out. Got any more in you? I don't want to get stuck. Alright, you're good, you're good. Alright, another little one. Never step over your rod or reel. Alright, can anybody tell me exactly what kind of catfish these are? They're pretty green. Head's kind of flat, but I don't know if you call these flat heads. Alright. Here we go. Let's let it go. Get on out of here. All right, guys. We got a double whammy here. Oh, we had a double whammy. I had one that was maybe a little bit bigger than this one right here. Oh, and they were both sunnies. So I was gonna let that one lay there till I got this one. And that first one got off the hook. Right. We had him. We had him. We had a double whammy and we let him off the hook. All right, guys, but anyway, we caught another sunny. Not real tiny, not huge. I think the first one that I just let go right here was a little bigger than this one. All right, but there's another fish. All right, let's let him go. Get on out of here. That's got to be a cat. All right, we got 2 lines in the water, so let's see if we can do this quickly before the other one starts going off. Go ahead, get tired there, buddy. I don't want you to stick me. Ooh. Ooh. All right, we got you. All right. Got another one, another cat. They're all about the same size, guys. All right. Let's let them go. Get on out of here. All right, we got off. That might be saying, Coach, you better go ahead and move before you get hooked up again, before you get snagged again. So we're gonna set this one out. And pull this one in. Didn't know I had something on. A little bitty fella. All right, guys, real little right there. We're gonna go ahead and let it go and then move on down the road. All right, get on out of here. All the other rocks that's in this area, whoever, I don't care if it was 1782 or 1982. Nah, that's just trail emergency or whatever. Those other rocks, nobody would be able to ride a horse down. They could probably ride a horse down this. Whoever it was. Somebody on here should be able to tell me. Who was that pioneer? Not pioneer. Who was the historian? Well, it wasn't a historian. Who was the... I guess it was a soldier. Who was the soldier in 1782? Some Revolutionary War incident is what they call it. If I can remember, I'll show you guys the sign when I get ready to leave. That rode his horse down Faith Rock here in Franklinville. Oh, you scared me, squirrel. You scared me, squirrel. Yeah, rode his horse down Faith Rock. And some kind of Revolutionary War incident is what they call it. All right? Somebody could tell me, I would sure appreciate it. All right. Right here is where we're going to end our day. And I usually do pretty darn good right here. For me, pretty darn good is at least getting bites. You know, even if I don't bring anything in, I at least get bites. Let's hope we can get a bite and a fish before we get hung. That's got to be a catfish. Oh no. That sucks for you, buddy. That sucks for you. Sucks for me too. All right. I think we got it. I don't see any blood. Not really. All right, this is the smallest cat we caught today. been out of the water for a little bit, so we're gonna go on and get them on back in there. Get on out of here. There you go. Go ahead. You're good. It's swimming. It's swimming and fighting against the current, so I think it's gonna be all right. Now that hit it really quick. That gotta be a brim or something. Yes. Again, not really big. But I still got faith. Before the summer is over with, we're gonna catch a huge sunny out of this river. Definitely gonna catch one somewhere, but all right, there we go, guys. Let's let it go. Get on out of here. All right. Right there, coach, is where you want to be. I don't trust anybody in the woods these days. Maybe if they got a fishing pole, maybe. Anything else? Nah. And they may not trust me because of my hue, if you know what I mean. Maybe I'm a little bit safer than other people that'll be in the woods by themselves, walking, fishing or whatever. But have true crime videos, movies and videos and stuff on television, man. People will do anything, knowing that they're going to get caught like that. Randolph County Historical Landmark, Faith Rock, 1782 Revolutionary War incident. Now, what is the incident? I have no idea. But like I said, I've heard students talk about some person rode his horse down Faith Rock. And I figured it had to be somewhere in this area. I've seen a few big rocks, and only one that I think you could ride a horse down safely. And that's the one I showed you guys earlier. All right, thank you guys for hanging out with me. And as always, there's the old truck See you all next time.